Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius video. And some of you have been asking, where can we get a Chrono Cross collaboration or Chrono Trigger? Well, it's finally here. Chrono Cross is finally here. I know some of you may have been wanting Chrono Trigger, but Chrono Cross, right? It's finally here. There's a collaboration with Chrono Cross coming to Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. Now hold your brakes on the keyboards. If you're asking, is this coming to global? Eventually it will. Historically, most collaborations that come on the JP version go over to the global version eventually. I know there's one recent one, Actrise, that did not come to the global version, but I think this one will. So if you're new to my channel, I cover a lot of JP news that's translated, and for English speaking people that play the JP version or interested in the JP version of Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, or just a global player who's just looking for things in the future, or you're just interested in Chrono Cross and you somehow found out this video. Final Fantasy Brave Exvius is an RPG mobile game, and we have a collaboration with Chrono Cross. So there'll be some interesting units coming into the game that you can play as. So with that being said, if you're interested in what I'm providing on this channel, I also cover a lot of other mobile games. So if that's interesting to you guys, make sure you subscribe. Anyways, we've got some translated news here. We got New Vision Serge, SLB, a magic and support. I didn't see the support part. I just thought he was a mage. So he's a magic unit and a support unit at the same time. Now what an SLB is, in terms of mechanics, it's a unit that on turn 3, 4, or 5, depending on what level you have them as in terms of EX level, you're able to use their strongest ability in most cases. So that's what this guy is. His Trust Mastery reward, which is available, easily obtainable, is a hat. 40 attack, 52 magic, 50% demon killer for physical and magical. So if you equip that, you'll be doing more damage to demons. It's okay. It's average at best. And the STMR is a double-handed spear, which is unique. There's only one other double-handed spear in the game which has an element tied to it. This one does not. 210 attack, 220 magic. It gets some HP regen on it, which is subpar at best, but that's alright. 50% low burst damage, okay. 50% magic TDH, which is definitely a lot better. And for Serge only, Omni Killers 50%, so he gets 50% all killers in the game. Pretty impressive, I have to say. That STMR is pretty good for him. So he has Demon, he also has Human, and also Beast Killers. The SLB, for all enemies, 135% light in peril, and also for all enemies, light magic 350 times plus heals. And one of his abilities for LB cost, he has a light AoE, 50% spirit ignore, which means it's going to actually do 1,400 times mod, plus 150% beast killer. And he also has some area effects for yourself and for the enemy. So you'll do more light damage with the area effect that he has. On top of that, 50% dark resist. He also has some EX buffs, which are just the standard ones of LB fill at EX2, and also EX3, 500 flat magic. And the EX3 card, which is, I don't think this card's very good, but let's just talk about it. 300 flat magic for magic units only, which is the reason why it's only at EX3. And also has some decent magic and attack. The other things on it aren't really that special. Demon Killer and low burst damage 25%. Not that special. The only special thing is the last part where it's only magic units, so it's not only FFBE units only or anything other kind of restriction. So it's almost like it's like a weaker version of Dark Reign's Vision card, basically. We have Kid, who is as a breaker and also a support. And what does she have? Close. She has 41 attack, 15 defense, 55 magic, and 21 spirit. Physical dodge 20% and also attract 10%. I feel like I knew what they were trying to do with that, but there's a TMR Trust Mastery reward called Thief's Vest, I believe is what it's called. An older Trust Mastery in the game, which gives 30% evasion. So already this one's already kind of looking kind of bad. And the Super Trust Mastery reward, 210 magic, and it's not a two-handed dagger, unfortunately. So maybe it's good on her, but it's really not that good, in my personal opinion. Like I said, if you're new to the game and you're just seeing this for the first time, it's really not that good compared to what we have currently in the game. So it's a pass. She has AoE, 87% defense break, 89% spirit break. So she's basically a different version of the New Vision Fawn that we just recently got in the TP version not too long ago. Instead of 89% defense break, it's 89% spirit break. Also AoE fire and peril 160%, just like Vaughn, and also a slightly strong modifier, I suppose. She also has 150% fire and peril on a cooldown, but it costs the full LB gauge, whereas Vaughn can do the 160% fire and peril on turn 1 with no Lumber's cost. But it does have a 700 times 1,400 times damage nuke, which is okay. And she has the field, just like the other one, where it has 50% ice resist instead. The same EX buffs and things. The vision card, machine killer, decent. Breaker only, 100% LB damage, not that great, but it's okay. And finally we have, yes, they're all SLBs, and I know you're kind of groaning already. Hold on. Let's just talk about them first before you go crazy. There's also a magic and support unit, and I'm thinking the reason why they're called a support unit is just because of the fields, and also an item we'll be talking about very soon that they get as well, which is unique. So it's Team R. It gives 50% human killer, 50% human killer, physical and magical. The STMR is a hat, and it's basically a slightly worse version of Graph's STMR from the Xenogears collaboration. It doesn't have the LB fill on it, which made it even better. And I guess it's okay for mages because it's not restricted to anything. And he's basically Dark Rain with that LB right there. But he has some other things as well, including fill LB cost, which I don't like too much, but we'll have to see what happens. We'll have to see the data in my review, guys. So make sure you subscribe for the review as well if you're interested. 700 times, 1,400 times. Dark Magic Nuke with some human killer buffs, and a Dark Amp of 30%, physical and magical, and also a light resist buff. And then the EX thing is the same. And the vision card is just magic only, 50% low percentage. Like, why would you ever use this over anything else, pretty much? Just no. And the collaboration event is strangely King Mog. It's not Raid, because we're already in the middle of a King Mog. If you're not familiar with the JP version, again, we just recently had Neovision CG Cecil from Final Fantasy IV as a King Mog in the beginning of the event of the month, which is usually at the beginning of the month, where you get a lot of materials and things, and you can exchange them for other things in that event. So the little strange that we're getting two in the same period of time. And here's the items that you get: a Magnus skill. You get a new unlockable skill when you equip these. So only the Chrono Cross units, but I'm assuming this is the reason why they're called support. So as well as the fields, of course. So the light one, Chrono Cross orbs only, one use, costs 16 Olympus crystals, AoE buff, Chrono Cross ability mods by 100 times, and on top of that, LB mods up by ability mods by 100 times, and the LB mods up by 30 times. And an area buff, 20% light physical magic amp, and also 50% dark resist. And the green one has 40 limit burst cost, 130% wind imperil, 1,400 times wind nuke. The sleep is useless, and a wind amp. Then blue one, we have here 40 limit burst crystal, and it's the same thing. It's literally the same thing. So none of these, I mean, you could argue the light one is decent, but the other two, they're free, so you don't expect too much out of them, but just not too special. 3,000 lapis, very good. And you also get a crown, which is very good. You also get 50 shards for one of the units. And if you clear some missions, you'll get a Neovision ticket, or if you use the ticket, you'll get a Neovision summon. And that could be, and there's a lot of units in the game now. That could be a lot of things. And there's some more free stuff in here. Well, that's not a free unit or anything. That's just, I don't know why I guess that's just the boss fight. There's some equipment in there, which could, some people theorize that there could be a vision world as well, where those items could be enhanced. And there's a 1 per day collab shards, just like how on the, if you're playing global version currently for Dragon Quest daily battle, you get some shards. This is gonna be the same thing. And there's a free daily pull, okay. And there's also a Neovision ticket preview, and also there's some login bonuses to get some energy, and some raid potions. Raid potions are nice. And finally, we have something that's a little unrelated, but they're theorizing that it could be something related to it as well. There's gonna be a tornado chain fix. What a coincidence! Now they're doing this now. I wonder if any of the units in this collaboration have tornado chaining. Kind of weird, right? And there's also some fourth season battle fixes. I'm not really sure what that means. I think I remember reading something about the game crashing sometimes. So if they're gonna fix it, cool. So what do you guys think about the Chrono Cross collaboration? I know I was a little kind of down because it feels like to me that these units came out months before that they were supposed to come on now, and they didn't bother tweaking them. In my opinion, I'm not trying to be a downer. If you like this collaboration, wait for my review, for a full review when I want to know all the data. I only know what's presented in front of me, and it doesn't look that good. But I'm trying not to be too negative about it, but I'm going to be honest about it too. Just wait for the information. The data should come out in a few days, and I'll get it all down for you guys, and that'll be my review. So make sure you subscribe for the review, guys. Appreciate you guys watching. I apologize that the video is a little longer than it should be, but it usually is for these JP live stream summaries. And yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you guys very much for watching. Appreciate you, and I'll see you in the Chrono Cross review. Peace.